How's it going, everybody? High Science Shadow Games Report, Part 2 of Dead Space 2. Took a few days off, feeling good and rested. Hope everybody enjoyed their weekend. Um, Also taking a break from Batman. Figured I would do that for Christmas, but it's been a few days. I want to play something different, and this is what I felt like playing today. So we're gonna play Dead Space after we get through a little bit of the news. Um, News is all over the place today, it seems like. Um, like I said, I'm going to start trying to take more news from other places besides X because I'm starting to get a little bit skeptical and suspicious of how X is operating. I've complained for a long time about how I feel that X hasn't been, I guess, granting its users certain capability and reach with their accounts. Um, and I've even shown this on my own profile how long it will take for certain posts to actually reach certain people over the course of a day or just a few days. And I just don't think that I don't think the growth is really there. It's like if you ever operated a Facebook page like 10 years ago, actually, probably it's probably less than that. It wasn't 10 years ago that I did that. What was it? I guess it was about 7 years ago, whenever I operated a few different Facebook pages. After you hit a few million people with stuff like that, you start to just realize that there is a lot of potential with this technology. But after they change the algorithms and shut everything down, um, I guess it just kind of makes you angry whenever you go to a platform that says that you have free speech, but then you hire a CEO that says in one of her first statements that you're going to have free speech but with limited reach. It just kind of kills the whole idea. And it doesn't really allow that freedom that a lot of people are looking for with voicing their opinions. I'm growing more and more skeptical that X is the platform for that future. And that's where a lot of control has to be handed to the user, and we need to be allowed to do what we want to do with our voice. And obviously there's going to still be rules of anti-violent type rhetoric to, I guess, persuade people to work against violence. But at the same time, there still has to be an allowance for certain hateful rhetoric just so that we can battle certain subjects. And certain subjects have to be battled because certain players on this whole philosophical playfield are just not honest. They're not capable of reasoning in an ethical fashion. And some of it takes a little bit of degradation so that this weird ego goes away. This weird arrogance of pretending to know things that you don't know. And I understand that a lot of youth struggle with this because you're trying to find your place in the universe. I get it. But I guess also we have to be in a place where we can respect our elders and even gain some of the wisdom that they did collect along their path in life. And I'm not saying everybody's smart. There's a lot of stupid old people. But, we got to pay attention to the right players, listen to the right wisdom. And anyways, I'm going to stop bickering. We're going to keep going. We're going to go into the news. Going to get this off my screen and we're going to talk about it. All right, let's go through some of the headlines real quick. FAA investigates near collision at LAX involving Gonzaga basketball team. Jimmy Carter passes at 100. Legacy of peace and service. Legacy media faces challenges amidst rising social platforms. Trump backs Mike Johnson for House Speaker amid GOP division. U.S. Attorney Matthew Graves resigns amid speculation. Southwest Airlines under fire. The debate over pets on planes. Yeah, I was looking at this girl last night. I was actually kind of surprised it was even a story, but she is kind of pretty, and I can see why the internet kind of latched onto it. Cybertruck, innovation or overreach? The debate over Tesla's latest. I don't really care. I'm tired of seeing a bunch of Elon-esque posts dominating the X headlines. It shouldn't all be about it shouldn't be about Elon every single day. I mean, I understand he owns the platform, but um, just for the news to be bogged down around a lot of his ideas, I think we have to push back a little bit because I don't want Elon to think that he is some type of weird ruler just because he has gained all this power through doing what a lot of what people want him to do, or at least what was popular at the time, a lot of the green capitalism a few years ago. The dawn of Generation Beta. Did we skip Generation Alpha? What the hell? Which is I don't even know now. I'm like so lost. I guess we are getting close to Generation Beta. What the hell? No, I don't think that's right. I think we're just now birthing Generation Alpha, aren't we? Like, I think it starts over, doesn't it? Anyways. Austin protests, chaos, arrest in divided Texas. Yes. I don't know what this is about, but there is a growing rift within MAGA, and I've seen some people even describe it as a division between like MAGA versus dark MAGA. I've described it with a little bit of an addition onto all that, where I said it's MAGA versus dark MAGA billionaires, because it's really the lower class versus the higher class here, in my opinion, and why they can't really seem to relate on why we want certain things. And a lot of them are thinking it through, I guess, a business standpoint and what will be, in my opinion, cheaper long term. A lot of these people that are hired from overseas do end up taking like a lower uh, paycheck, a lower salary, and I just don't think it's right. I think even especially for like Indians, if you are a native Indian, I think you should actually kind of speak up for it more and actually be like, hey, no, I want to get paid as much as an American. And that will help some of this weird, um, I guess, preference of immigrants, talented immigrants. And, I want talented immigrants too, but I just don't want it right now. I know it's going to sound crazy, but it's just like I'm an America only guy right now, and I don't want any foreign influence for like the next 4 years. And I know that's probably a hardcore position, but I just think that we need to be all about America the next 4 years. And I think Trump represented that at first, but now he's starting to work against a lot of what his base wishes for. And I even kind of noted that on, where is it at? I thought I had it up. I noted that on my profile. Where is it? I don't even see my post here. Did I not just post this? I literally just posted that. What the hell? Okay, I guess I didn't make it on here. I literally just posted this. See, this is what I'm talking about. It's like some of my posts don't even make it onto X. Well, anyways, I just posted about Trump backs Mike Johnson for House Speaker, and I just made a post about this is so ridiculous. I literally just made this post. That's why I'm getting irritated. Um, I don't know if it just didn't go through. Sometimes there's posts that just don't go through, but anyways. But yeah, what I was saying is that there's a growing rift between MAGA and dark MAGA. Um, and I'm batching all of the elites together on this. Even whenever it comes to Mike Johnson, when it comes to Donald Trump, when it comes to Elon, when it comes to Vivek, I kind of consider that to be dark MAGA at this point. Because if you're not going to listen to the people, you're not representing the people. If you're just representing whatever the hell you think you're doing. And, I've been waiting for people like Alex Jones to point this out, which he's the one that was really big about, what is it called? The North American Union? Yeah. Is a theoretical economic and political continental union of Canada, Mexico, and the United States. And Alex Jones has spoken against this for quite a while, but he won't call out that, we have we have Donald Trump wanting to basically, I guess, consider Canada as a state and even Greenland now. We're talking about the Panama Canal. He hasn't mentioned Mexico yet, or at least maybe he has. I haven't heard him mention yet Mexico, but I think this is getting to a weird place now, because on one hand you have Alex Jones like speaking against this type of stuff, but then you have a lot of his players that he's been rooting for basically advocating for it. Like I just said, Trump has joked about making Canada the 51st state. Maybe that is just a joke. I don't know. But he's brought up Greenland and the Panama Canal recently, and this is all really kind of heading towards this direction just from my observation. The North American Union is a theoretical, economic, and political continental union of Canada, Mexico, and the United States, the three largest and most populous countries in North America. The, the concept is loosely based on the European Union, occasionally including a common currency called the Amero, or the North American dollar, a union of the North American continent, sometimes extending to Central and South America, has been the subject of academic concepts for over a century as a becoming as becoming a common trope in science fiction. One reason for the difficulty in realizing the concept is that individual and developments in each region have failed to prioritize larger union. Some form of union has been discussed or proposed in academic, business, and political circles for decades. However, government officials from all three nations say there are no plans to create a North American Union and that no agreement to do so has been proposed, much less signed. The formation of a North American Union has been the subject of various conspiracy theories. Yeah, it's been a theory that Alex Jones has talked about, um, I believe, for decades. I don't want to at least over the past 10 years I believe he's been talking about it, but I want to say it's been longer than that. Anyways, back to what we were talking about here. So yes, back to the rift between MAGA and Dark MAGA. Um, I don't know why my post did not go on there, but I'm so irritated by that. But I made a distinction of MAGA versus Dark MAGA billionaires. And I think this is a good way to handle this whole situation, just so that our leaders do understand the divide. And really, just to give us more power in our voice, we need to make sure that these people are actually following through with what they say whenever they try to steal our vote. And if they go against what they say that they were going to do early on, and I want to make sure that I think I did cover a few posts last night. Yeah, Trump saying weird things like there's going to be a depression next year due to some of McCarthy's decisions. This video is very interesting. I found last night. I'm debating if I want to play it or not because it is kind of creepy. It's kind of conspiracy oriented, but at the same time, I think it's relevant. Oh yeah, this is the post I kind of wanted to cover real quick. Um, This is Trump's old post on H-1B visas. Notice how he flip-flopped for Elon Musk and sold out all of his voters. Donald Trump position on visas. Megyn Kelly asked about highly skilled immigration. The H-1B program is neither high skilled nor immigration. These are temporary foreign workers imported from abroad for the explicit purpose of substituting for American workers at lower pay. Donald Trump even says it. I just got done saying that. I remain totally committed to eliminating rampant, widespread H-1B abuse and ending outrageous practices such as those that occurred at Disney in Florida when Americans were forced to train their foreign replacements. I will end. So this is back in March 4th, 2016. I will end forever the use of the H-1B as a cheap labor program and institute an absolute requirement to hire American workers first for every visa and immigration program. No exceptions. Yeah, for Trump to continue to keep his base, he's going to have to remain consistent, in my opinion. But in other news, I'll cover this from yesterday. Wow, I said. This might symbolize that this particular sci-flop is almost dead. InWokeness says BLM just held a protest tonight in New York over death of Robert Brooks. Less than 20 showed up. This is New York City. Less than 20. Justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. Fuck these racist police. Say his name, Robert Brooks. 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 Justice for Robert Brooks. That looks like more than 20. Maybe 30. But either way, it's not many. Not many. I think the sci-flop is almost over. Oh yeah, dead internet theory. That's what I have up on my account at the moment as a photo for X. Let's see. Meta confirms they plan to add tons of AI-generated users to Instagram and Facebook. They have bios, profile pics, and can share content. So yeah, a lot of people even kind of speculate this on Rumble if a lot of the users are, or I'm sorry, if a lot of the users are actually bots and are just chatbots mimicking human chatters, responding to it because AI can respond to you. If you don't believe me, just go have a conversation with Grok. You can literally just continue a conversation with Grok because Grok has access to the internet's knowledge. At least, make sure it's correct because Grok does get a lot of things wrong. I think Brave's AI is a lot better. Hearing the dead internet theory in 2014, hearing the dead internet theory in 2024, people believe it now. It's kind of nice to see people believe in new things. So this chick is interesting. So apparently she brought, and I'm talking about this chick right here on the right. I might go to her profile in just a second, actually. Yeah, let me just go ahead and pull her up. Get off the screen. Pull it up, damn it. Wait, hold up. I need to do this differently. What did I just do? There we go. Let me duplicate this. Take that right there. Because I'm going to come back. I might want to play this flamethrower video too, just because I'm a dude and I like stuff like that. Getting back to Alex here. So apparently Alex, whoa. I didn't know she was gonna have like borderline nudes in her profile. But she had it covered up, so this chick, I guess she's a model or something. I'm not trying to show you guys like anything too graphic, but anyway, sometimes it happens with the news. So this chick, she brought her cat on a plane and she kept her cat inside of this bag, and I guess the cat got scared during a bumpy landing and ended up shitting. And she had another flight and she didn't know if she was going to use the same plane or not, but she was. And so I guess apparently she got rid of the poop and everything um, inside of the bathroom, but the flight people, the flight attendants didn't get rid of the trash, and they ended up kicking her off the flight. So yeah, this is the cat. I don't know if this is the actual video.
You want to use the litter box? You want to try?
The cat's only 7 months old.
You want to try? Please.
Is she in the airport bathroom? Anyways. Kind of a cute cat. Anyways, yeah, she I guess likes to dress up and everything. I don't know why it's in the news. I think she's cute. But anyways, I should probably get back to the actual news now. I don't know, it was trending on X yesterday. And yeah, it just caught my eye whenever I was scrolling just now. So yeah, McCarthy. President Trump just blasted Kevin McCarthy for pushing the debt ceiling fight out of Biden's term and into Trump's while he was Speaker. Trump says this will go down as one of the dumbest political decisions made in years. In reality, our current Speaker, Johnson, is doing a lot of the same thing, Nick Sorter says. Remember reading it. In other shit news, we've got Indians are now the largest group of property owners in London, surpassing the Englishmen themselves. The UK is another Western nation prioritizing immigrants over their native populations. If you fall for the narrative that corporate greed apparently just became a thing in the last 2 years and caused inflation, versus connecting the obvious dots between massive government spending / printing during that time period, please stay all the way out of politics. For real. I don't know. I just think that the left is just blind to certain things until they get older. So they buy from the USA now and not Russia. USA President-elect Trump threatens European Union with major tariffs. I told the European Union that they must make up their tremendous deficit with the United States by the large-scale purchase of our oil and gas. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to play some of this. Well, no. I should probably focus on the actual today's news. Never mind. If you want to go check out this video, though, I think it's pretty interesting. You can see the video. It says The Secret Covenant. It talks about some of the secret cults. She's supposedly reading from one of their scriptures or one of their manifestos telling about how they want to control society and kind of slowly poison us to death through different means. It's kind of the same thing that Alex Jones has been saying. But this was made back in 2009. Anyways, go check it out. I'm not going to play it, but yeah. If you want to go read it yourself, go ahead. But yeah, this has been a major turn of events for Trump, in my opinion. Alongside him losing support through continuing to support Israel, both Mike Johnson and Donald Trump do support Israel. In which I'm even kind of confused about some of this, because didn't we just vote like the other day to raise the ceiling or just fund government? Are they completely separate? I mean, I guess they must be. I don't know. I mean, it's just, it gets so confusing for me because they just bundle all the same news stories together, and I just don't think it's explained properly to the people that well. And they just change everything so often. I mean, it gets to a point where you have to be a lawyer just to understand what the hell is going on. And I don't think that's right. I think this has to be kind of dumbed down, or at least simplified. Not really dumbed down, but simplified. Donald Trump says, "We are the party of common sense, a primary reason that we won in a landslide the magnificent and historic presidential election of 2024. All 7 swing states, 312 electoral college votes, and the popular vote by millions of voters. In parentheses, despite large scale voter fraud taking place in numerous states, including California, where votes are ridiculously still being counted or under review, all won with ease, calm, and professionalism. Republicans are being praised for having run a legendary campaign. Democrats are being exoriated. Sorry, one second. Something popped up on my screen. Excoriated for their effort, having wasted $2.5 billion, much of it unaccounted for, with some being used to illegally buy endorsements. 11 million to Beyonce, who never even sang a song, 2 million to Oprah for doing next to nothing, and even 500,000 to Reverend Al, a professional conman and instigator, who agreed to interview their star-spangled candidates, Kamala and Joe. We ran a flawless campaign, having spent far less with lots of money left over. They ran a very expensive sinking ship, embracing DOJ and FBI weaponization against their political opponent, me, but it didn't work. It was a disaster. Let's not blow this great opportunity which we have been given. The American people need immediate relief from all of the destructive policies of the last administration. Speaker Mike Johnson is a good, hard-working, religious man. He will do the right thing, and we will continue to win. Mike has my complete and total endorsement. MAGA. Yeah, it's just wild to me because I mean, he was supposed to be the peace candidate, and I'm waiting for him to be critical against Israel and fight back and push for peace. And if he can't get that done, I mean, the thing that doesn't really understand, or at least makes sense to me in Israel, is I mean, Gaza is bombed the shit out of. I'm just surprised that anybody's even left in Gaza at this point. Um, to me, it seems like they've already completed their operation. I'm just really kind of sickened by all of it, and I really wish he would say something about it. I don't understand why there's just not more discussion around it, and we just act like it's not a thing. Jimmy Carter passes at 100. I mean, there's not really much to really cover there. He's dead. Um, I used to be a fan of Jimmy Carter for his environmental protection agency, but I guess the more that I've seen that a lot of these narratives have been corrupted and even false to some degree, referring to like things like climate change not being as serious or even as much of a problem as it was made out to be. A lot of Al Gore's predictions didn't come true within the time periods that he would, claim. Um, I mean, a lot of predictions never came true for climate change. That's one thing you have to pay attention to throughout decades of this, well, what now seems to be propaganda, is that a lot of these predictions, like even back in the 60s, never came true. You have to go back that far to see where some of this environmental, you know, narrative kind of came from. But anyways, legacy media faces challenges amidst rising social platforms. Yeah,